Hey, y'all, and welcome to the Healthy by Heather Brown podcast, where I encourage you in healthy mind, body, and spirit through my Sunday reset. Let's get into it. Hey, girl gang, welcome back to another episode of Healthy by Heather Brown. I am so excited to finally get to talk about protein with you guys. I have brought in an expert. Her name is Kim Perry from kimperry.com. Y'all, she is like over 200,000 followers on Instagram. She does postpartum and prenatal fitness, and I was asking her how old her kids were before we hit record. She has an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 9-month-old. So I'm like, she is living it. She is living in our world. She's doing it, killing it. So Kim, welcome to the show. We can't wait to chat with you today.
Yay. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Tell everybody a little bit about your background and how you got into fitness.
Yeah. Oh, well, I've always been into fitness, just like sports growing up. Like my parents had 3 girls, and I swear my dad just always wanted boys because we played every sport. We rode 4-wheelers, all the boy things. But no, as soon as like college hit, and I wasn't like, I did try a little college sports, but I was like, wow, I need to keep moving my body. And that's when I was roommates with 2 like health science majors. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, I was like learning a lot through them, and like they started going to the gym, and I was like, I'm going to try this gym thing out. And then after college, I really leaned heavy into it, and I found like this great community online because I feel like not a lot of people back then were posting sweaty selfies, at least in my friend group. So there was just this great community for it, and like it was so fun, like and encouraging. But then I got pregnant. And as everyone was getting leaner and hitting more PRs, I was getting slower and rounder. And it felt really isolating. I don't know about you, but like my first pregnancy, like it is a huge identity crisis when your body's changing. You don't feel like yourself. You don't do the same. It's wild, right? So it wasn't until my second pregnancy, like I had to kind of like figure out like, what am I doing with my workouts? Like I can't do that exercise. That's not even safe for me, or like that feels awful.
Yeah.
What can I do that's actually good? But I tried prenatal workouts and they were so boring. Like it felt like a snooze. Yes. So I wanted to take the fun boot camp kind of style workouts I used to like. I modified them for what I was learning about pregnancy. And then I shared them on my, to my fitness community I was like part of online on my Instagram. Yes. And then I started having girls asking me, then they started getting pregnant. Like, hey, wait, I'm pregnant now. Like, what are we supposed to do? What workouts are you doing? Like, how do you know what not to do? And that's when I got certified in pre-postnatal fitness. And yeah, so I was like, wow, this is something not a lot of people were talking about it. And this is back like 2016, 2017. And my community just took off from there. And I had another baby. And that was in 2020. And then that's when everyone who had access to gym is now like, okay, what am I going to do? So that's really kind of like a quick little roundup of my story and how I got here. Now I have baby number 4 and we moved to Florida. I know you're from the South, but we moved from Massachusetts to Florida during all of this. So,
oh my word.
It's just been like really fun.
Yeah. Wait, so what part of Florida are you in?
Sarasota.
Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. My husband's family, a lot of them moved from Indiana down to Tampa area. And some of my best friends now live half the year down in Sarasota. And I mean, I'm like, I need to meet you.
It's a sign.
Next time.
It's a sign. Wait, where in Indiana? Because we've met a lot of people from like Davis County, Indiana.
Okay. Eric and his family lived a lot of their younger life in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And then his grandmother lives right outside of Indianapolis in Castleton. So.
All right. I don't know where any of that is, but my husband has made friends with all these guys. It's so funny. Like there's like a lot of people from Indiana and Ohio that have come to Sarasota.
Yes, it does seem that way. Yes, it really is. And then y'all also have the spring training for it. Who is it? It's some major baseball team.
Orioles? I say it wrong. Orioles?
Maybe it is. Or the Phillies? Don't the Phillies come down there and play in that area too? Maybe.
I don't know. I'm not big into baseball. I mean, like I grew up with like the Red Sox and they train in Fort Myers, but that's all I really know about that.
Yeah. So wild. Well, wait. So do you by any chance also know Lindsay? It was Pierce. Now it's Sato. She owns the Pure Bar in Sarasota.
No, but that's cool that she's pure.
Okay, I'm like, you need to meet her too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
long story short, I taught Pure Barre for 10 years and she
Right.
opened up a studio here in Birmingham and we went to Stanford together. So, I'm telling you, like, we probably have so
Wow.
many overlap. That's really, really wild. But we'll get back on
Yeah.
topic for everybody that's listening.
Yeah.
I'm like, here we go off in personal land, but it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so the main reason though that I was so excited to talk to you today, Kim, is because you are in the thick of motherhood. You have 4
Mhm.
kids that are like, I mean, under 10. That's a lot. That's a lot going on. So
A
you
lot
of
of
all
kids.
people, it's a lot of kids, a lot of life. Yes, full, good.
Yeah.
But you obviously know like how hard it can be to get in protein. So, and we keep hearing like it's so important. I definitely prioritize it. And I've been promising now for about 4 seasons that I would bring everybody a protein episode. So I'm like, can we just deep dive a little bit into the basics? What is protein? Why do women need it?
Yeah, so protein is a macronutrient. There's 3. There's carbohydrates, so our carb fats, and then protein. And they're all equally important. I don't know why. Like there's a huge stress right now on protein. I think it's like kind of like a
Yes.
trendy thing too.
Yes.
That's funny that I use the word trendy. But yeah, like I just feel like a lot of people are like leaning into like, I need more, here's my high protein diet, my high protein everything. But yeah, there are a lot of benefits, but I don't think it makes it any more important than the other 2. Carbohydrates are important, fats are important. So we
Yeah.
need all 3. We need all 3. But protein specifically, I know for me, I have a hard time getting enough protein in. So I can't wait to talk more about that.
Yeah.
Because I don't eat a lot of meat.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
hard then.
That's right. Because you think like meat. So I've had to be very creative about where my protein comes from and like how I can like sneak it in there.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah. Yeah. And then with my kids' foods too. I don't know if the moms listening are probably like, my kids only eat carbohydrates. They eat like pasta and like strawberries.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
chips and yeah, just like very carbohydrate focused. So protein it really is like such like a powerhouse for our bodies. It's going to help build and repair tissue. And so that's like our muscles, but also just any other tissues in our body, maintaining fluid balance. So just keeping us hydrated, honestly. It keeps the water in the bloodstream, supports your bone health, which I think I've been worried about my bone health since I was in my 20s because I don't drink milk either. You're probably like,
I feel like
who
all
is this
the
girl? She
things.
doesn't hardly eat protein. She doesn't drink milk. But like that has been on my radar. I'm like, oh, do I need to supplement? But yeah, protein is great for our bones, our metabolism, supporting your immune system. Just literally like, I feel like it's a huge piece of our foundation of what we need to be consuming in terms of nutrients. So
Yes. And
that's
even I know like I currently go to Burn Boot Camp and then I also train myself in my membership, what have you. And then also I go to Pure Barre occasionally. Well, when we go to Burn Boot Camp, they tell us if you're a member at this gym, you should be aiming for 100 grams or more of protein a day, which when I first heard that, I was like, hold up, what? Like, that seems like a lot, you know?
seems like 2 packs of chicken or something like crazy. That's just like when I picture the visual. I'm like, oh, that's a lot of meat. Yeah.
That it is. So I definitely have had to get very creative with how I'm implementing it to get it in because it is work. Like it's like even if I'm not tracking all the other macros, I kind of feel like in general my fats and carbs are going to fall into place. I know what I'm aiming for in general, but protein, if I'm not tracking it, I probably am not going to hit what I need to get. So how are you, especially, are you vegan, vegetarian? What'd you say? How are you getting protein in? It's that?
I can't label myself because I don't fall under any category, but I do eat very plant-based. My husband is a hunter, so I'll eat any venison he brings home. I guess I'm just like really picky with meat.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened during my pregnancies, but I had major or like meat aversions.
Yeah.
And then I started like trying to find like high quality meats was really hard, but his venison is like the best thing that I can eat.
Wow. That's
I also
great.
like seafood. I like salmon and different types of fish. And then, yeah, so those are like, that's why I can't say I'm vegan or vegetarian. People will come after me. They'll be like,
Sure.
you just ate salmon or whatever. Yeah. So I just eat very plant focused. Like that's, I guess, the best way to describe it.
Yeah. So as someone who is not plant focused as much as you are, what are some of the main ways you get protein in if you are more like your line of thought or vegan or vegetarian? Chickpeas, right? Chickpeas have a lot of protein. I'm like, I don't know. Tell me more.
No, well, it's funny. Like once you have to get creative, you start finding like, oh, okay, I could try that. Yeah. So beans, legumes. So chickpeas
Okay.
is one of them. I like black beans, the kidney beans, quinoa. Quinoa is actually a complete protein. It has all the
Okay.
amino acids in it. So I make a quinoa salad every week, a big batch, and I can even like separate it out into containers for the week,
Yeah.
but I'll mix in like veggies and beans. So I've got a lot of protein in there. And then if you
Yeah.
do eat meat, you can throw some chicken, just chop it up and add it with the dressing. Oh, so good.
Oh, hang on, pause. What is your favorite dressing for the salad? Because I'm like, I'm totally gonna make that for lunches next week. What's your favorite dressing?
Okay, so I don't even have like a recipe for this, but my favorite like combo is this cilantro lime. So it's
Mhm.
kind of like a little, I call it like my summer quinoa salad. It's very like fresh and invigorating. Like it's like,
Yum.
ooh, this is a fun salad. But yeah, cilantro, lime juice. I'll send you the recipe if you want to like,
That'd be great.
people can
I
check it out.
totally will.
A
Yes, that'd
little,
be
I put
great.
like black beans and corn. So it's like a little fiesta kind of tasting.
Party in your
Or
mouth.
it goes great if you're having like taco night.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a
Great.
little quinoa salad, or that's like my favorite thing to bring to like a barbecue too. Like I'm gonna bring my
Yes.
quinoa salad. Okay, and then I do supplement with protein powder. I'll also
Yes.
make like protein pancakes. I buy dairy free. The Kite Hill makes this great dairy free protein yogurt, but it's like a Greek yogurt because it's not actually.
Sure, sure.
But there's protein
He's
in it.
using
But
quotations.
like Greek yogurt's a great way too. If you're like, I don't, some people I know, I used to feel bloated after I ate a ton of meat. So like exploring different options of what you can do with that, nuts and seeds. I know that you have to eat like a lot of them, but there's still protein in there. And then tofu, there are like meat, I don't call them meat replacements, but I like to add like tempeh. Tofu is like a little weird. It's
I
got like
do
a
not like the texture of
texture.
tofu. Can't do it.
I mean, like I have had a hard time like making it for myself. I think there's one recipe that I have tried that I'm like, ooh, that was actually really good. But there's so much work too. You have to like press the water out of it. It's a pain. Tempeh is
Oh,
better, and tempeh is actually just brown rice and soybeans like blended together, and then
oh,
it's more firm. It's not like a weird marshmallow texture. It's more like a rice texture, but in like a bigger chunk.
oh.
Sounds
Okay, good to know. You're like making it sound so
tempeh.
palatable.
But the
No,
thing is like for me too, with a lot of these like meat replacements, there's a lot of added weird stuff going on in there. So
I know I don't like that.
I'm picky about that too.
Yes.
So
I did want to ask you because one thing I was talking on Instagram in my broadcast channel and I was asking them what questions that they have for you specifically. And you brought it up. So I want to mention it. Somebody
oh,
asked me, how do I know if the protein powder I'm using is actually good or beneficial to my family's health? And what are some of Kim's favorite protein powders?
oh, well, the first question, I'm thinking like, how do you know? I mean, a
Right.
lot of brands now, or that a lot of brands that I work with, because I've done a lot of like partnerships with different supplement brands, and I
Yeah.
like the ones that are doing third-party testing. So you
Yes.
can maybe email someone there, or this could be something you search for on their website. If they're doing third-party testing, that means not only are they passing like the minimum qualifying standards to produce a supplement, right? Because they have to pass like certain tests to be able to put their product on the market. But they
Yes.
can pay extra for third-party testing that's going to do more in-depth tests to really show the quality of the ingredients that they're using and backing the science behind it. So third party testing is something to look for. Reading the ingredients label, like the simpler it is, the better. My favorite protein, they are discontinuing it, which is so
No.
sad. I love the brand Rookie Wellness. They make like hydration drinks, like electrolytes with BCAAs. They have a protein, greens, just all different. And they're kind of like leaning more into the supplements and I don't know. I
Mm.
guess their protein hasn't been a great seller. I'm the only one buying it apparently. But I love their protein because it is a vegan protein. It's chocolate and it's so like creamy and
Okay.
delightful. Oh, and you only need almond milk because some of them you're like, ooh, maybe if I mix a banana or throw some peanut butter, I'll like this. But this one, like, all I need is almond milk.
Okay. That's good to know.
I think it's still on their website as of now, but I heard that they're going to be taking it away soon, which would be so sad. And then Organifi. Organifi has been around for, have you heard of it?
I have heard of Organifi. A lot of people that I follow on Instagram actually really love Organifi or Orgains, which are both, they sound similar to me. So it triggers.
I know. I'm like,
Yeah.
I think they all came out around the same time, like in the 20s, that's 2017 era, and everyone
Yes.
using kind of like the same words. I used to like Vega protein,
Uh-huh.
VEGA. I
Uh-huh.
haven't had them in a while. And I feel like a lot of these brands have like changed and grown. So I
I
can't like
know.
say that I
I will
stand by them right
say
now, but
I really love Flav City's protein. I
oh
don't know if
yeah.
you've tried it or not. They also have
Hmm.
vegan options, but
Hmm.
I love that I think it's like 10 ingredients or less. Everything on there I know is Bobby approved. It's natural. There's no like weird gums or fillers. So if
Yeah.
you want one that's flavored, that one. And then my favorite one that's just like truly pure and like nothing added. They are like stake their name in the sand. Like you won't find any additives and you never will. We're obsessed with
Oh,
like pureness. It's called For All, FORALL. And they're a new company to me as well, but they said they're about to starting to get picked up in Target. And I mean, it is like there is no flavor, there is no nothing, but you have to blend it a long time to make it, and add it slowly so that it blends right.
yes.
Both of those
Interesting.
have been fairly clean for me, and I've liked them too. Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried Flav City, but I'm trying to think. I just pulled it up real quick because I'm like, I remember, or at least in my mind, I think you needed, at least for the vegan option, 2 scoops equaled 1 serving. Yeah, it's
Oh,
just, this
really?
is just the vegan one. So for me, like, I would go through that bag twice as fast, and you have to do 2 scoops to get the amount of like 1 serving of and it's like a big scoop. So it
It
has
is.
so just to keep in mind, anyone that's looking for a plant-based option, Flav City, you do need 2 scoops to just equal the 20 grams. Where
Yeah.
the whey protein version of from Flav City, you only need 1 scoop and it's 25 grams of protein.
Oh, and I do think that's a good point. When you're looking for proteins, I'm
Yeah.
always looking that I want it to have a minimum of 20 grams of protein per serving. If at all
Mhm.
possible, I love 25.
Yeah.
And then I feel like a lot of times women get so hung up, like you're saying, on adding, well, I got to add peanut butter to make it taste better. And then I got to add
Yeah.
whole milk to make it taste better.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, now you've made yourself like a 500 calorie meal replacement snack. So like I do
Hmm.
think that it's important, especially to make sure when you ask what if you're looking for a good or beneficial for your family's health. I love that you said third party tested. I would say
Hmm.
if you can find one that you like the flavor enough to just have it with water or almond milk or keep it simple, even with like the PB2, if you're wanting to watch, calories or fat or whatever. I think that's some good things to look for as well. Here's a question to think about. What do you actually need right now to feel your best? More focus, more calm, better sleep, or maybe just that spark of energy to keep up with your people? I recently discovered Troscriptions. It's a science-backed, physician-formulated company that's taking health optimization to the next level with something called a buccal troche. It's this tiny dissolvable lozenge you tuck between your cheek and your gum, and because it bypasses digestion, it kicks in fast, like 15 to 30 minutes fast. My personal favorite is the Tro Blue Canatine. It's their focus and productivity blend. You can think of it as like a clean, clinical grade brain tool that helps me go from mom mode to podcast mode with clarity and confidence. It's clean energy, clinical grade, and you'll feel the difference. You can try it at troscriptions.com/Heather or use code Heather for 10% off your first order.
Yeah, and it's so hard with protein and like any supplements, I feel like you have to really commit. You're getting like a big bag. So if you can find one that has like little sample packets too,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
great. Or I mean, some of
Absolutely.
them that stand by their taste and the product, like they'll offer like money back guarantees.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel that too. I'm like, oh, I want to try this, but like, oh, I'm different. Like, what are the chances I'm gonna like it? Do you ever feel like that?
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure. Well,
Okay.
I will link all the ones that we talked about down below as
Yeah,
long
that was a
as yours
lot.
are still available in the show notes. So y'all can click those links. And then somebody else asked a question about a protein shake, and now I'm trying to find it so I can ask it to you. Oh, Do you have suggestion? This might be one of the ones you just said. Do you have suggestions for a protein shake that doesn't have alternative sugar? My body does not tolerate fake sugars. Plus, my kids like them, and I don't feel like they're safe for little ones.
Like the pre-made ones? I'm trying to think right now. I'm pretty sure Rookie has stevia in it. So it would just be a matter of finding ones that don't have the artificial sweeteners.
So I'm going to look at this. This one has 25 grams of protein. I'm looking at the Flav City all-in-one protein smoothie. It's chocolate peanut butter. Our ingredients are whey protein concentrate, grass-fed, undenatured, but I don't know what that means. So there you go.
Yeah.
Organic banana powder, collagen, peanut butter, organic cocoa, organic coconut milk powder, unrefined sea salt, organic cordyceps powder, organic reishi powder, organic stevia leaf extract. So I don't know if she's
there's stevia,
leaf. Yeah. And the organic monk fruit extract. So
we would have to do a little bit of research for you. I did look up when she was talking about, or when I pictured like a protein drink, like pre-made, I thought of Ripple because I used to give my kids like their chocolate milk has 8 grams of protein per serving for my kids. And they make like protein drinks for adults. Like there's a coffee flavored one that I used to love. It does have real cane sugar in it, but it does have some of those gums in there. So I just feel like there's always like a choice of like, okay, which do you want to sacrifice today? The sugar or the gums?
You're so right. You're exactly right.
It's so hard. And a lot of it comes down to like the consistency. Like the brand wants it to taste good, and there are some things that they have to have in there or take out in order to get the taste and the texture, and it has to be able to stay on a shelf. I can't imagine. I don't know how those scientists are doing it.
I don't either. It's crazy. And I will say, though, that while we're talking about that, my favorite hack, and I do feel like, we were just talking about trendy, this is trendy right now, but I've been doing it for probably 10 plus years, is a coffee protein shake. That is my favorite.
Tell me your recipe. Tell me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's so simple. You're going to be like, ew, I don't know about that. But I typically just do my leftover coffee that's in the coffee pot from that morning. So it's cold, or, room temperature. I literally just dump it in my Ninja blender. I put ice in it, and then I do my scoop of either the 4-All protein or the Flav City, no added sweeteners, just water or coffee, ice, and the protein powder, and that's it. Blend it up, and I love it. And I feel like then I'm not adding a ton of extra calories or other, ingredients that I don't want. But if you wanted to bougie it up a little bit, you could also do your espresso machine and then do almond milk whipped with the protein powder whipped in there too, and that's also really good. Like a little almond milk.
What kind of coffee do you drink?
I mean, I try all different kinds. I actually just got this ratio coffee machine that I'm really excited about. It was a Christmas gift, and it's because there's no plastic parts in it. So I'm really trying to minimize, like all the microplastics and all that stuff. So it's all glass, and
like we could go down a whole rabbit hole with this.
Really
People are like, what are the plastics? What is she talking about?
I know. I'm like, we'll sidebar that for another episode. Yeah. But it's the ratio coffee maker, and it's supposed to emulate a pour over style coffee with the quality, but it does it all itself. It holds up to 8 cups. And my husband and I are, amped about this thing. So
are you like avid coffee drinkers?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Are you?
My husband, he's very simple. He drinks black coffee, and as long as it's not disgusting, he's fine. Like he's very low maintenance. He's like, but he survives off of like, he needs coffee to function. Where I am like a new coffee drinker. Okay. Like I never drank it until after I had kids, which I recommend it to all my younger friends. I'm like, just don't wait until you absolutely need it. But I've tried mushroom coffees, and there are some really terrible ones out there, but I found one that I like, and it actually has collagen in it. So there's 4 grams of protein in my coffee without even adding like a creamer or anything to it. Mm-hmm.
Wow. What is that brand?
Everyday Dose.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have not tried theirs, but I have tried some other mushroom coffees that I literally wanted to vomit.
Like Rise. I did not like Rise. I tried that one.
Oh, that one was bad.
Weird. I feel like it scars people, because then they're like, oh, I'm not trying that. Like I tried it once and I'm like, yeah, but that was a bad one.
Right, right. I
Yeah.
will say the latest one that I'm really liking is Paleo Valleys. It's organic, and I feel they
Oh,
do third party testing, and I feel fairly confident there's not any mold and stuff in that
is that
coffee.
a creamer? Oh, it's a coffee. Okay.
It's a coffee. Uh-huh. And then I also have, what is that brand that all the wellness influencers hawk? Purity. I also have some Purity down
I've
there.
never heard of that. I think it's so funny when people are like, "Oh, everyone's talking about this." I'm like, I haven't heard anyone. Like, I want to see like what's popping up on your feed, you know?
Right? Same. I know. I'm like,
Yeah.
we should trade
Okay, because we
intel.
started talking about how like protein is like trendy right now. Are
Yes.
you seeing that too? People are just really pushing high protein.
1000%
Mhm.
yes to that. But also the protein coffee is very trendy right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
100%.
yeah.
But I also
Okay.
feel like us, like at our, like we are really the, what's the word? We were like the foragers of social media, right? You know, like millennials. We,
Yes.
so like that's why I feel like when I started doing pregnancy stuff, now everyone else is starting to get pregnant and have babies. And now we're all like heading into that next phase of life
Yeah.
where we
So
need
true.
more protein because our bodies are going to be changing and our hormones are changing. And like I don't know a ton about like menopause or like perimenopause, but I did go to an event last year and there was a doctor, like an OBG talking to, and he really focused on menopause and what we can do to prepare. And I was like floored by what he had to say about protein and how protein and then also just like muscle mass. Like women need muscles heading into menopause. You need to be
Yes.
strong. You need to have testosterone. It sounds like so scary, like as a girl to hear like you need more testosterone. But like, no, that is going to help balance your hormones as you enter that season. And then also one thing he said that like I don't know all the science behind this, but I just like kept it right here. He
Yeah.
he said in Asia, a lot of women or in certain parts of Asia, they don't have hot flashes during menopause. Do you know why?
No, please tell me why.
Because they have a very soy focused diet. They eat so much soy, which we've all been told to stay away from.
We have.
Right? But it helps balance out the hormones in a way that they don't even have a word for hot flashes.
What?
So
That's
start eating your
insane.
edamame and your
All the
tempeh a couple days a week.
Wow.
Add that in. Yeah.
That's wild. I have not heard
Right?
that. That's really wild. Well,
That
I
was
will.
exciting to me because I eat a lot of soy.
Yeah, true.
Not
True.
a
You're like,
lot, but like
yes, I'm
it's
doing it right.
yes, yeah.
That's funny. Well, I will say that I have an episode with Elisa Keaton. Are you familiar with her from Rev Wellness by any chance? Have you heard
Yes,
of
I've
her?
heard of that. Yeah.
Okay. So
Mhm.
she did a whole episode on perimenopause and
Okay.
menopause and how to prepare for it. And like you're saying, that we need to be putting on muscle. And to your
Mhm.
point, how do we keep muscle as women? Well, we keep it by getting heavier weights and using protein. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I shout out to all that. And I'll link back to that episode in the show notes
Okay.
too, guys. But okay, so I would love to talk a little bit more truly practical, like tactical kind of things. What are strategic ways that we can increase our protein as a busy mom? Like, what are you doing? You mentioned the Greek yogurt, like anything else that
Mhm.
you're thinking in your mind about how to get it or what that looks like?
So the first thing I would recommend is doing a little analysis of how much protein you're actually getting because this is something I did recently. I kept saying like I need more protein, I need more protein. I was like, well, what is more if I don't even know where I'm starting at? And I
So true.
tracked what I was eating for a day, which I never do. Like I have like kind of an idea, but then sometimes I'm like, I probably don't eat as much as I think I am. I'm in the stage right now where I'm breastfeeding, so I am burning a lot of calories. Plus, I'm
Yeah, you are.
chasing around 4 kids. Like we're busy. Like I sometimes my breakfast is like their leftover toast. It's like the crust of their peanut butter toast. Like so,
Relatable.
I'm
Yes.
like I need to be more intentional. Or else I'm going to run out of milk and I'm not building that muscle. I'm not going to have the energy that I need. So I tracked one day and I was actually tracking also makes you eat what you're supposed to be eating. So I
Absolutely.
know as much as I hate it and it can get a little toxic if you're not care or if you have like those old mindsets. Like I used to be really bad with like counting calories and I don't have any fear about going back there, but that's why I don't do it. It just feels so freeing just to intuitively eat. But when I tracked, I was like, okay, I haven't eaten in a while and I'm running out of time. Like, let's sneak another snack in there. So just type it all in. I used MyFitnessPal, which takes forever. It's such a pain, but it showed me I was eating pretty good. Like I was
That's
at the
awesome.
calories that I wanted to be, which for me, like I said, I need to eat more and I have to be really pushing myself to eat more and have these meals planned. So meal prepping is huge for me. Or like if I don't meal prep, I end up eating like the crust of my kids' food or like their leftovers. So
Yeah.
I try to do it on Sundays and nothing crazy. Like I'll make the quinoa and sometimes I just like making the quinoa is the biggest step for me because I can just like add a scoop to a salad or add a scoop to as a side dish for dinner. Like just having something big like that meal prepped. Otherwise, I will just make it an entire salad. I'll divvy it up for the 5 days if I'm like feeling really energized. But yeah, meal prepping your proteins for the week. So if you are eating like meats, I like to make quiches. Oh, that was eggs. I didn't even say eggs is like one of my huge sources of protein.
Same.
So I like to make quiche, which feels like such a treat for some reason over just eating like an egg bake. And I don't avoid like carbs or anything. So I get these organic pie crusts from Whole Foods and I pour like I do eggs and you can add sausage in there or, you know, peppers and onions, any kind of cheese you want. Yes, so good. And then I bake them and then I cut them up and I have those for my breakfast all week. So that's like my breakfast, lunch is ready to go. And then I'll have like protein shake in there. But I think what really is the something that's going to help is meal prepping, but also meal planning where you're not actually prepping anything for the week. But if you have this go-to list, you can even like write it down so you can see on your pantry. If you're like, I'm hungry, well, here are my options. A protein bar, I can, or like maybe another thing I like to prep is like I call them like energy balls or power balls. And you know, you make oats or you use oats, protein powder, some peanut butter, honey. You can do all different combinations, right? Throw some chocolate chips. So you can have like, these are my options when I'm hungry. I can have like an apple with peanut butter. I can make a protein shake. And if you're really trying to add more protein, that's when you can sit down for like 10 minutes and say like, let me go on Pinterest and find a couple recipes. Maybe it's a Greek yogurt parfait. Maybe it's like make a little snack plate. I don't know why we don't think charcuterie is appropriate for like a midday snack, but it really is so easy. You grab some cheese, you grab some meat, some crackers and nuts. Like, hello, that's like a protein. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
You can take the time to like measure this stuff out, especially if you're on the go and you work out of your house and you can't just like walk into the pantry when you're hungry, right? So prepping is so helpful, but meal planning is like underrated. I think I need to get better at it. Of just like having my list of like, okay, it's time to eat. We spend so much time thinking about what to eat.
We really do.
We waste so much time. Yeah.
I totally agree. Well, now that you're talking about meal planning, that is one of my like, if I don't do it, like my whole week, I feel like is shot. So I actually have several different meal plans that I've already done for you guys. If you don't know how to get started, I'm going to link those down in the show notes. I'm like, I'll send it to you too if you want it to go.
I was going to say, I need that.
Yeah.
Dinners are the hardest for us because I can meal prep my breakfast and lunch, but then dinner comes and we're like, wow, what are we eating?
I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, totally. Well, I used to work at emails.com and that was my job, was to write dinner meal plans. So to me, it's old hat at this point. But yet, like we were talking about earlier, you get off from like whatever, Christmas break or summer. And then all of a sudden you're like, how did I not make a meal plan? And now literally the wheels are falling off. It's insane how big of a difference it makes.
Yeah. Or you're like, wow, I ate like crap this week.
Right. And now I feel like crap because I ate crap.
Yeah. And then it's always like, okay, next week I'll get back on track.
Exactly.
We were talking about that before we pressed record too. It's like, can we get back into a routine now after the holidays and the new year and the snowstorms? Like, we're ready. We're ready.
Yes, we're so ready. So true. One thing that we have not mentioned that I feel like, I don't know why I haven't said this already, but another reason why I love protein is because it is so filling. And so I was actually doing a little bit of research for this episode and it says protein requires more calories to break down than any other, I guess, of the macronutrients. So that's one reason why y'all, a lot of times you're like, well, I ate, my kids' crust of their thing, and then I had some goldfish, then I had this, and you're like, but I have no energy. I'm so tired. Like, I just can't wait to get back home and crawl in bed. And a lot of times when you get that protein, you'll be shocked how much your energy picks up too. So definitely tip there. You
Yep.
also mentioned the yogurt. That is one of my biggest life hacks, I would say, is that if you do protein yogurt like vanilla. I love you said did you say how do you pronounce it? Fayet? It looks like F-A.
Faye. Faye? I think that's how, yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking
People
about.
people love that one. I know. I really love the ratio or like the Chobani zero sugar, and then you just
Mhm.
add in a scoop of protein. Well, y'all, that scoop of protein mixed in your protein yogurt, that's like 35 grams of protein right there. That is one of my favorite. And it feels like such a
Wow.
treat. You'll add in blueberries. So
Yeah.
good. So anyway.
Also, people are getting really creative with their recipes right now.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, Pinterest,
Absolutely.
have you tried the frozen protein s'mores?
No, tell me more. What?
There's not actually a lot of protein in it if you want it to like have a good texture, but you take a thing of Cool Whip
Uh-huh.
and you do a scoop of protein, mix that in. It makes it like fluffy, like vanilla, right? You take a sheet, you put out like 4 or 5 graham crackers, you melt some chocolate chips, drizzle them with chocolate, and then put the fluffy protein, yep, top it with graham crackers, put it in the freezer. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Like
wow.
I say, like if you use 1 scoop of protein, that's like 25 grams and then divide it among like 4 or 5 of these graham crackers. It's not a ton of protein, but that has been like my nighttime treat,
That sounds
which is
amazing.
better. And like you're saying, it's gonna like it takes your body longer to break down. So it's gonna be more satisfying than if you just were to have chocolate and graham crackers and a marshmallow, which is all sugar. It's just gonna
Exactly.
spike. That's another thing. It spikes your blood sugar, having all those carbs and sweets. So even if you're having like fruit salad and toast in the morning, it spikes your blood sugar, and then your blood sugar will eventually drop. And that's when you feel exhausted and you're like, I need coffee. Why am I so tired? It's like, well, if you had protein to steady it out, maybe like a couple hard-boiled eggs with that, that could help avoid the crash and give you more sustainable energy.
Absolutely. And I
Mhm.
feel like you're so right. People are getting so creative with what they're coming up with. One of my latest things that I never thought that I would eat because the texture really grosses me out, but now I love cottage cheese in my eggs.
I was gonna guess that.
Do
I
you do that?
knew
Yes.
before you said, I was like, I bet it's cottage cheese. Yeah.
Yes.
And the egg. So
So
what is the texture? It's like fluffy?
it just makes them extra fluffy and like kind of
Wow.
cheesy. And so I'll get 2 eggs. I crack them in a coffee cup, honestly. And then I get like, 2 tablespoons of cottage cheese and just scramble them all together and then pour them in the pan of butter or olive
Wow.
oil and add, y'all, I love like a Redmond's sea salt to get in your salt and hydration too, which is a
Ooh.
whole other episode as well on another day.
Yeah.
Pepper. And then that Eat Pluck spicy seasonings that's liver organ meats. I know it sounds crazy, but it
No, no,
actually
no, no.
tastes really good.
Yes. Yeah.
So anyway, okay. Well, y'all, I've talked your ear off. So thank you so much for
Yeah,
coming
this
and
was good. This
let's
was
talk
so good. And it
protein.
was a great reminder for me too of like, okay, what are we gonna have for protein today?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But tell everybody, Kim, where they can find you online. And
Mhm.
then this is kind of like a little bit off topic now, but people wanted to know, so I'm going to ask you too. What does Kim think is the best core exercises to try out postpartum? And then tell them, because then that will lead you into what you do and where they can find you online for more help and stuff.
Yeah. So I work a lot with pregnant women and moms. That is like my community. And you can find me, Kim Perry Co. on Instagram. And that's my jam. I love Instagram. I'm over on TikTok too, but IG is where it's at. And then my website is kimperry.com. And best core exercise, I mean, I think just basic core engagement is a great place to start. And it's a great place to come back to. So like I'm talking about like TBA breathing. So your transverse abdominis wraps from hip to hip, right? Pure bar, all the core. So
Yeah.
taking a deep breath in and relaxing your belly. And then on the exhale, you're focusing on bringing the belly button in, wrapping from hip to hip, almost like your hip bones are coming together and your rib cage is melting down. And it's a lot. Like our core is so complex, but I like to add in the pelvic floor as we branch off of that. But TBA breathing is a great place to start. I also like bridges, which people normally don't think of that as like a core workout, but like a single leg bridge. And then I like to do bear plank holds. So you're in a tabletop position and then you engage your core, lift your knees off the ground, pressing through your hands. That's a great
Oh,
gentle.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I
That's
like
good.
that one too.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, when Kim was talking, it made me think too that you mentioned pelvic floor. I'm going to link this down in the show notes too, because I feel like the women that listen to this, especially Kim, that come over from your community and listen to it. I had on my pelvic floor therapist on the podcast, and we did just like this 20-minute short rapid fire question about, postpartum and all this stuff. And one of the quotes that she said that changed my life and it'll stick with me forever was she said, Heather, once you have a baby, you are always postpartum. You don't just like a year out, you're not postpartum anymore. She was like, you are always postpartum because your organs moved, like things inside your body. They didn't necessarily shift back to exactly where they were pre-baby. And to me, that was such a game changer of like, okay, so even when my youngest kid is a 6-year-old now, when I'm at the gym though, and there's women in there that are working out that are in college or who have not had kids yet, I still need to be thinking like, does that feel weird in my stomach or in my core? Should I be doing it that way? And so it's almost like this little bit of like a freedom to be like, I really do need to be present in how my body feels with that exercise. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. The awareness is huge after you, and when you're pregnant too. Just like relearn. I feel like we're constantly relearning our bodies. And I always find it fascinating that like women, our bodies change so much in our adult lives, and men are just like there.
Just hanging out static.
They never, like, like they're just
years.
Right. It's so interesting. Like my husband never has to buy new clothes because he's always the same. But me, like right now, 9 months postpartum, I do not have a single pair of jeans that fit. They're either too tight, my pre-pregnancy ones, or like I bought some over the summer when I was early postpartum. Now they're too loose. So
yeah,
you know the struggle. And then like next week I'll be bloated, and yeah, it's wild.
Unreal.
Our bodies are so crazy. Yep.
They are. Wow. But I'm like, God had a design and like we trust it, but wow, it's interesting at times.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to ask you the closing question that I ask every guest. And that is, Kim, how do you reset?
Ooh, I like a good reset. For me, I have to reset at the end of the day.
Okay.
Because I like to reset and just having like a skincare routine that I do at night. Just like making sure the kitchen is tidy, my bedroom is tranquil, my clothes are picked out for the next day, meals are prepped, or maybe they're not even prepped, but I have them planned.
That's right.
I love that kind of a reset. Just like feeling prepared for what's next to come.
Yeah, that's a great answer. I love it so much. Okay, well, I loved having you on. Thank you so much for being here. And you guys, I'm really pumped because Kim's actually going to have me over on her podcast as well. So once this episode comes out, I'll make sure to link the episode where I was on her show. You guys can check it out. Make sure you follow her podcast, follow her on Instagram. And if you got something out of this episode, please share it with a friend. Love you guys so much. And I'll see you next Tuesday. Here at the Healthy by Heather Brown Show, we're on a mission to help women take back their health, mind, body, and spirit God's way. No woo-woo, new age fluff, or mainstream nonsense. In a world pushing quick fixes and burnout, we're choosing real wellness, intentional living, and faith-filled confidence. This show is for you, sister, and it's made possible by this incredible community. If you believe in this mission, here's how you can help. 1, pause and leave a 5-star review. It's free and makes a huge impact. Share with a bestie who needs this message. 3, support the mission financially. Every little bit helps. Links for PayPal and Venmo are in the show notes. Let's rise up and change the culture, showing the world what healthy, empowered, faith-filled women really look like. Okay, friend, that's a wrap on this week's episode. If you're not already following me on Instagram, make sure to screenshot this episode, share it to your stories, and tag @Healthy by Heather Brown so I can connect with you in my DMs. It truly brings me so much joy to see how these episodes impact you. Make sure to subscribe so we can see you back here next Tuesday for our weekly show. In case you don't know, your downloads, ratings, and reviews are the actual lifeblood of this podcast, and it helps spread the word to your friends and family. So please hit the download button on this episode and leave a 5-star rating if you super loved it. And if we're really BFFs, you'll spread the happy and text this podcast link to someone who needs to hear it today for some encouragement. Scroll down to the show notes on this episode to see any and all links mentioned, freebies to fuel your health goals, prayer-related episodes, and the 7-day free trial of my exclusive membership where I personally coach and cheer you on in whole health. While you're there, make sure to check out my Amazon storefront with healthy snacks, my favorite look for less workout outfits, and books and devotionals that challenge me in my faith. If you ever need to find my Amazon storefront, just Google Healthy by Heather Brown Amazon and it will come up. Have a great day, girl gang.